मैं मुनीरा असलम टीचर BHSS UNISOO class 9th biology chapter diversity in living organisms. Today we are going to discuss the subclasses of chordates, reptilia, aves and mammals. So let us start. Reptilia, they are also known as crawling animals. रेप्टिलिया को हम बोलते हैं क्रॉलिंग एनिमल्स, रेंगने वाले एनिमल्स, बिकॉज दे क्रॉल ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, स्नेक जो हमारे पास होता है उसकी लेग्स नहीं होती है, बट इट क्रीप्स और क्रॉल्स ऑन द अर्थ. हैबिटेट, दे आर द फर्स्ट truly terrestrial vertebrates. They occur in all landforms except in cold regions. Habitat, mostly जो reptiles होते हैं they are terrestrial, they are found on land, but some have secondarily changed their habitat to aquatic form. यानी कि they are mostly found on land, ज़मीन पे पाए जाते हैं, पर कोई कोई है जिसने आज सेकेंडरी नेचर अपना हैबिटेट चेंज किया है इनटू एक्वाटिक फॉर्म. दैट इज दे आर फाउंड इन वाटर, बट प्राइमरी हैबिटेट इनका लैंड है. एक्सेप्ट लैंड पे ये हर जगह पाए जाते हैं. दे विल बी फाउंड इन द ट्रॉपिकल रीजन्स, डेजर्ट्स, माउंटेन्स, बट कोल्डर रीजन्स में ये प्रेजेंट नहीं होते हैं बिकॉज द एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस देयर आर नॉट फेवरेबल फॉर द रेप्टाइल्स. They have scales, body पे scales होते हैं, minute structures that are hard. They breathe through lungs. Mostly they have a 3-chambered heart, but crocodile has a 4-chambered heart. जो reptiles होते हैं they show pulmonary respiration, that is respiration with the help of the lungs. The heart showing evolution here is a 3-chambered heart. The fish have a 2-chambered heart, amphibians have a 3-chambered heart, reptiles also have a 3-chambered heart, but one of the reptiles, that is the crocodile, has a 4-chambered heart, signifying evolution. That means जो reptile है इनके बाद जो mammals बनेंगे उनमें 4-chambered heart होगा. They lay eggs with hard covers. They lay them on land and are fertilized internally. जो reptiles हैं वो lay करते हैं eggs. They lay their eggs on lands, usually in burrows. The eggs are fertilized internally within the female genital tract. That means they are oviparous. That means they lay eggs. Male and female are separate. They show sexual dimorphism. That is, the male will be a separate entity and the female will be a separate entity. Examples are snakes and lizards. Aves, these are warm-blooded animals with a 4-chambered heart. They are warm-blooded animals. Characteristic feature है इनका, their body is covered by feathers. They have pneumatic bones, that is bones hollow होती हैं अंदर से, air filled, and they have a 4-chambered heart. They lay eggs. Body is covered with feathers with 2 forelimbs are modified into wings for flight. जो बॉडी है बर्ड्स की इट इज़ कवर्ड बाय फेदर्स. एक्चुअली फेदर्स जो होते हैं वो बर्ड्स का एक्सोस्केलेटन बनाते हैं. In case of human beings, the exoskeleton is made up of nails, hairs, etc. But for birds, the exoskeleton is made up of feathers, and the endoskeleton is made up of pneumatic bones. They breathe through lungs. They do not have sweat glands. बर्ड्स की बॉडी पे कोई स्वेट ग्लैंड नहीं होता है, एक्सेप्ट टेल के पास एक ग्लैंड होता है दैट कैन एक्ट एज अ lubricating gland that birds use to give shine to their feathers. Male and female are separate. In birds, there is well marked sexual dimorphism. Male is separate, female is separate. Beak is toothless. Birds in their early embryonic development have teeth in their beak, but when they grow into adults, the teeth are lost and only the tooth buds are retained. All birds fall in this category. All birds belong to the category of aves. And birds का एक characteristic feature है, they show well marked parental care. They care for their young ones until they are capable of caring for themselves. Example is crow and pigeon. बर्ड्स के एक्सोस्केलेटन के पार्ट में हमने एक तो देखा फेदर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. बीक इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द बर्ड्स एक्सोस्केलेटन. द स्केल्स ऑन इट्स क्लॉज एंड द डिजिट्स दैट द बर्ड हैज are also parts of its exoskeleton. जो हमने general characteristics vertebrates के previous video में किए, that vertebrates are triploblastic, they have a coelomic cavity, they have organ system level of organization, all implies to bird. They have a well developed respiratory system with lungs. We discussed that they breathe with the help of lungs, so they show pulmonary respiration. But lungs के साथ sacs attached होते हैं that help to store some amount of air, so that when bird does not have oxygen available during its flight, those supply the oxygen for the respiration of the bird, those air sacs. Mammalia, this is our last subclass of kingdom chordates. They are warm-blooded animals. That means their body temperature is constant, has a fixed temperature, does not fluctuate with the change of the temperature in the environment. The temperature is around 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. They are the animals with a 4-chambered heart. The heart generally has 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. That makes it a 4-chambered heart, the most evolved heart in the whole kingdom Animalia. They have mammary glands for producing milk to nourish their young ones. This is a characteristic feature of kingdom Mammalia. There are 2 characteristic features of kingdom Mammalia. They are the animals that are covered by hair, for example gorilla, and they have mammary glands. These are the glands that produce milk that is used for feeding the young ones. This show that mammals show well marked parental care. They care for their young ones. In fact, they provide nourishment to the young one in the early stages of its life. Skin has hair, oil and sweat glands. Skin has hair. Hair, I told you, forms a part of the external exoskeleton. The skin's outermost layer is known as stratum corneum. It is made up of dead cells. Then it has oil glands known as sebum producing glands, which form a waxy layer on the surface of the skin and help in protecting an organism from the attack of viruses, bacteria, etc. We also have sweat glands. In air, we have air wax that is also secreted by a oil secreting gland known as cerumen gland. These are viviparous except for platypus and echidna. Viviparous means they directly give birth to their young ones. There is no laying of eggs, but there are 2 exceptions, again showing evolution. Because till here we have seen, till Aves we have seen that all the subclasses of chordate lay eggs. So that character has to be maintained to show the connection between aves and mammals. So there are 2 mammals which lay eggs. One is platypus and another one is echidna. Kangaroos gave birth to very poorly developed young ones. Kangaroos, we have seen they have a pouch. They are a subclass of the class Mammalia, and they have a pouch in which they take care of their young ones until it is capable of taking care of itself. Kangaroos are known as marsupials because the pouch they have is known as a marsupium pouch. Examples are cow, cat, human, bat, etc. Cow is the best example of a mammal because it has well marked mammary glands, which are the characteristic feature of mammals. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe. With this, we have completed our chapter Diversity in Living Organisms.